Hello, church. Welcome to Midweek. We had a retreat with our middle schoolers just a few weekends ago. On the weekend of May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we took 64 middle schoolers along with several leaders and some volunteers up to Eagle Fern Camp. It's just outside Estacada. It was an amazing weekend, and I want to tell you and share with you about a few things that happened. Our theme was to be real, where we were challenging students to take off the masks that they were putting on to kind of just blend into the world, different friendships, and to kind of just adapt like a chameleon in different groups of where they were living. And then we were also challenging them to tear down those walls that they've built between themselves and God for whatever reason. Maybe it's life circumstances, whether it's emotional or physical walls that they are just trying to overcome, and they've put between them and their relationship with God. And then stepping out of darkness, stepping out of sin and walking in light. And it was so amazing to see student after student take off masks, tear down walls, and step out of darkness and into light over our sessions on Friday and Saturday. And then we challenged them as we sent them home on Sunday that they are the light of the world, that when Christ lives in them as the big capital L light of the world, that we become the little l light of the world, reflecting Christ to the world so we can change the world for Christ. And that's what we are all about in Fusion. And so I want to just say thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the finances that you give to make it so families can go, so students can go at a lower cost than what it would usually cost. It was an amazing weekend where we saw God do so many cool things. And I know that as we came home, lives were changed for not only one weekend, but for the rest of their life. But we also had some fun. We got really serious, and there was a lot of crying during the sessions and realness, which we were hoping for, but we also had a ton of fun. We could not have asked for worse weather. It rained. And when I say it rained, it like monsoon rained the entire time we were there. I don't think there was a dry clothing optional anything that anyone could wear because it rained so hard. And the students and the leaders just embraced it. We had a color war. We had a slip and slide. There was a giant swing and a zip line. People were just playing outside, getting soaking wet, and I loved it because I think sometimes students and middle schoolers, high schoolers, they can get a bad rap of always just complaining. And this weekend could have been a very easy one to complain. But our students, our leaders, just embraced it. They said, you know what, we can't change the weather, but what we can change is our attitudes, and they just had fun and they built relationship with each other. So that was one of my highlights. I also got to highlight because it was my birthday on that weekend, and so they celebrated / surprised me with a bunch of bald caps and singing happy birthday. It was a retreat that I'm not going to forget for a very long time. So thank you for everything that you do to make these retreats happen. We know we feel those prayers, and we know that God is doing amazing things in the lives of our middle schoolers. I also want to make you aware of an opportunity we have for families coming up next spring break, March of 2025. We are going to go on a short-term mission trip to the Dominican Republic. And there is an information meeting happening this Sunday, May 19th from 12 to 1 o'clock. But this mission trip is one that is near and dear to my heart. It's one that I've gone on several times. I've also interned with Time Missions. And it's such an amazing trip, not just because you get to experience a new culture, but you get to have hands-on experience to see the church, the global church, expand. You go down there, you do sports ministry, VBS. Sometimes they do like an English class with some of the kids down there. We constructed a chapel for a local pastor there. I know that going into this trip and then coming back home, lives are changed. We've seen that happen over and over again through youth who've gone, through parents who've gone, and I've seen it personally in my life. So if you would like to join us, there's that information meeting May 19th happening this Sunday right here in the youth room. And then if you are interested, mark your calendars, spring break 2025 in March. We would love to see you there. We'd also love to see you this weekend at church. We hope you have a great rest of the week. Thank you for all your prayers. We love you.